Hi, and welcome to the GameStorm video podcast number 2. Again, this is Steve, and this is
Jeff.
And we are going to do another full 10 minutes of interesting to us material.
Yeah.
This week we're going to start with something that has been bothering us for a long time, and it is disturbing clauses in viral game portal terms and conditions and use policies. I know that doesn't sound exciting.
That was pretty dry.
But
woo!
Basically, it is exciting if you upload your games anywhere. So we're going to start with addicting games. We looked at addicting games terms of use policy, and we found something very interesting. And hopefully these terms of use policies will be flying by the screen so you can see them. But basically, addicting games has this in their policy. They have the unqualified, unrestricted, unconditional, unlimited, worldwide, irrevocable license to use your content. Okay, that sounds pretty dastardly. What do you think,
a little draconian there, yeah.
Okay, but they do say, except for AG uploads as set forth therein, and AG means addicting games. So, they do specify at addicting games, because this is actually an MTV network clause, that addicting games doesn't necessarily have the ability to steal your content.
When you upload it.
Which is upload. This is good. So addicting games are like, hey, not too bad. Newgrounds has this in their terms of use statement. It says, by submitting it to the user submission to Newgrounds, you hereby grant Newgrounds a worldwide, non-exclusive, royalty-free, sub-licensable, and transferable license to use, reproduce, distribute, prepare derivative works of, display, and perform the user submissions.
Derivative works, I hope they mean...
Red light!
Yeah, I hope by derivative works it kind of means YouTube, where they can take your video and put it all over the internet and put it... But here, derivative works means, really, they could basically decompile your code and they can make another game out of it.
Yes,
so,
prepare derivative works
not that they do with any of my games, because they all suck, but
right.
Someone's games they could do that with.
Mochi has this in their license agreement. By submitting to user submission to Mochi Media or displaying, publishing, or otherwise posting any content on or through their service, you hereby do and shall grant Mochi Media an irrevocable, perpetual, worldwide, non-exclusive, royalty-free, fully paid, sub-licensable, transferable license to use, modify, reproduce, distribute, prepare derivative works of, and display, perform, or otherwise fully exploit the user submission. So, we love Mochi. They send our stuff all over. We earn pennies on the dollar from it. But I really don't feel as if I'm giving them the right to prepare derivative works of my content when I give to them.
Now let me be goofus for a second. Not that I am always, but it could mean they could be referring to, even though it's not in the thing, when you upload your game and they're able to stick the ads in automatically, right. Which you do with their current service that does the version control. That could be part of it. That allows them to do it without regulating licenses. But you are still uploading something there, gives them the right to decompile your game and make another game out of it. Our problem here is
the clause prepare derivative works of. Now, Congregate only says that they're allowed to modify. Game Jacket actually says this. You hereby grant Game Jacket with all appropriate licenses, including without limitation related intellectual property necessary to deliver their services. But that's it.
That's it. Nothing.
So what's nice about that one is they're not saying, and anyway, the point of this article, which I will post later, is that we believe the term prepare derivative works of needs to be removed from these license agreements.
Yes, we do.
Because it somehow seems to state that they can take your game and make another version without your approval of your content.
You've given an irrevocable license to do that worldwide with all of their partners. And just so you know, anybody could be a partner.
Right.
A partner affiliate could be anyone.
So anyway, let's go on to the next. A quick review of Puzzle Quest Galactrix. Puzzle Quest Galactrix is a sequel to Puzzle Quest. Probably the greatest game ever made. However, in my quick review, Puzzle Quest Galactrix is not a sequel to the best game ever made. Puzzle Quest Galactrix is sort of a piece of crap, to be honest. The puzzle that they have now, if you can see on the back, it uses hexagons.
It's a hectric stuff.
But the problem is the way the game is made. It's almost like everything happens at random. So I just want to tell anyone who loved Puzzle Quest that you should somehow try before you buy Puzzle Quest Galactrix, because it ain't that good.
My son loves SpongeBob. Okay, he's 4. We have purchased and or downloaded every single SpongeBob game there is, and guess what? Every single one of them is a piece of utter crap. If you want to make some money from me, make a good SpongeBob game. Anything that a 4-year-old can.
Jeff and I have been devising a brand new segment for this podcast. It's a little cartoon. We don't have the cartoon done, but we do have a preview of it, and it should be up right
now.
Script Kitty, she'll take your tutorial game, put it on Mochi just the same. That cat, she's got no shame.
All right, now Jeff has some news for us.
Yeah, so quickly, I want to talk about 2 articles that I kind of put up on the website already, or maybe by the time you see this, they're up, or they could have been up for a week if you see this later. But anyway, one of them is about PlayZap. Oh, sorry, PlayZap. HeyZap.com, which is basically a company that's trying to be YouTube for Flash games. So basically, they have a little player, and it allows any website owner, any blog owner, anyone to select the type of games they want from the HeyZap system, and then embed a player on their site, and then the player has available to the users all the games in that genre. Or anyway, it's an interesting idea. And I don't know how great it works at the moment, but go to HeyZap.com and check it out. You can put your Mochi games in there. They take games with ads. They're trying to work on other ways of making revenue. I'm pretty sure that the way they make money is the Mochi pennies that come with being a publisher. A publisher. But in any case, it looks interesting. At least it's another place to distribute your games. They have editorial control. They put up good games. Some games they don't put up. Very interesting, though. I think it's something new, a new distribution medium. But then I came across the Nanuba Game Rise today, and there's not much about it on the website. But basically, it is a CMS, Content Management System application, and platform that includes all of the single sign-on for Nanuba sites, the multiplayer, the achievements and high scores, and it allows you to make your own site on this platform and use it. And I'm not so sure if it sits on Nanuba servers, you can put it on your own. I don't know yet, but it's very interesting to me to maybe build our own site on top of that. So those are 2 things to check out.
Cool. Okay, now we're going to attempt to do a very short GameStorm. Here's our GameStorm application. You can't really see it that well on the camera, but it's on the website.
It's really Web 2.0.
And we're going to bring really Web 2.0. It's 2.0. We got 2 computers.
Yes.
All right.
Script Kitty.
It says, a single-player hit-it-style game set in the biblical times featuring a reanimated corpse with elements of Marble Bandits with Thrill Dead ID. Now, okay, I hate to tell you, but I think a game set in biblical times with a reanimated corpse might be bordering on the inappropriate. So let's
wait a second. That sounds like one of those one of the Bible games that they made using the Jill of the Jungle engine.
Exactly. Let's move on.
Well, let's just
try one more time.
Maybe that's the purpose. Okay, one more.
Oh, this looks good. There it is again. There it is again. See, a single-player match-it-style game set in a computer featuring a flying monkey with elements of Stun Runner.
It's always good to have. I want to. Okay, so you're a flying monkey flying a Stun Runner.
Match it. So we're matching. Okay, so it's obviously a puzzle game, right? Set in a computer. So obviously we've got sort of a Tron-style matching game.
Okay, Tron matching game.
But maybe it's a Tron
with monkeys.
But is it matching, or are we talking like match 3?
Match. How about turn and match?
Wait a minute. Just like Puzzle Quest Galactrix, but it's not. It's a better version of Puzzle Quest Galactrix
because that's like Hetrix. You
so
turn and match.
So
right?
Puzzle Quest Galactrix, you were in space, but you're doing match 3, and it was honestly, it's a solid idea for another Puzzle Quest game. It's just not executed very well because the puzzle isn't good. So I would go back to match 3. Okay, but instead you're inside a computer.
Stun Runner instead of Light Cycles.
Stun Runner instead of Light Cycles, exactly. I've never played Stun Runner. It's kind of a 3D kind of racing game. Yes, it's cool. Yes, instead of Light Cycles, and it's a match 3 set in Tron and in a Tron style universe where obviously in like a Puzzle Quest you gain power by the different colored blocks that you match. So maybe in this one, instead of power, you're getting different types of. You're getting your memory, your CPU. You're building yourself up, to be able to take on the big bad guy at the end. And maybe there's different programs that you go to on the circuit board instead of to go.
It could be to move the circuit board as like a map, and
right.
go between
and also it could be bugs that you're trying to get out of the circuit board. So you go to the bugs, and
get rid of the computer bugs.
Right, get rid of the computer bugs, but then when you go there, so the computer bugs is really just the map or the framing, and then you're really doing a match 3, or it doesn't have to be a match 3. It could be anything. I prefer, as you're doing hexagons, I prefer the hexagons.
I prefer a match 1 game.
I'm not sure.
Speaking of that, well, I felt like Goofus when I mentioned the match 1 game.
Yeah. Jeff is Goofus.
When did you feel like Goofus, Steve?
I felt like Goofus when we started this podcast with you today. All right. Anyway, that's enough. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll do another one next time.